Well, greetings everyone, and welcome to another video. This video has me back up here in Coplay, Pennsylvania, just outside of Allentown. And if those structures there over my left shoulder look a little bit familiar to you, well, they are. I am back up here at the Ironton Rail Trail. This is actually Sailor Park, and those are the Sailor Kilns behind me. So I'm coming back up here to revisit this place. I brought the electric bike because I wanted to get out and ride. It's a gorgeous September day here, so I figured I would come back up here and explore this trail once again. If you remember my other two videos, which will probably be popping up there in the corner of the screen during this video, I was up here probably 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, something like that, with the Sidekick, and explored part of this trail. And I was up here last year with JP Videos when he had his late summer meetup up here. We rode the trail about 4 miles out or so and explored parts of it. My goal today is to explore the whole thing. There are parts of this trail up here that I wasn't on yet. There's a whole other loop that I have yet to explore. Don't know what I'm going to find along there. I know there are some things along here that I do want to check out. However, I am not going to have time to check them out today. So it's going to be a gorgeous day. It's a little cool. As you can tell, I got the hoodie on. So let's get mounted on the bike and head on down the trail. And we're off. So most of this should look familiar to you. You're going to pass some stuff along the way here that I covered in my other two videos, so we are not going to stop and check them out or anything. I want to get as much of this trail in as I can today, especially the parts that I weren't on yet. So I got about a 4-mile drive to go all the way out to the end of the trail, or the beginning, depending on how you look at it. And then it's another couple miles to go around the loop. So I did get some other accessories for this thing. I got myself a better seat, which Jay with JP Videos recommended, and so far I'm liking the seat. It is very comfortable. First thing there's that the phone booth that was in my other video. But yeah, Jay recommended this seat. I got it, and so far it is very comfortable. Also got myself a mirror for on the bike. And my headlight is fixed on here now. That came from the company last week. So I am good to go with stuff. I believe we're coming up on the area here where the trolley bridge abutment is on the right hand side here from when the trolley line ran through here. And of course, right across the street is the old Ironton caboose. Fall is definitely in the air. We got cool mornings, getting dark earlier, which I'm not a fan of. Leaves are starting to come down, but not really changing that much yet. In the next couple weeks, we'll start noticing it. So I do want to check on the progress of this parlor car that's out here, the Atlantic City car they call it. They've been working on that for quite a number of years, restoring it. And I want to see if they see if that bee's nest is still here, because both times I was here there was a bee's nest in that parlor car. And here is the old rail car, and that bee's nest is still there. All the way down on the corner there, they're buzzing around. Can't believe it. Every year I've been here so far, that bee's nest is down there in the corner. Doesn't look like they did much progress on it since I was here last. There's a better shot of the bees swarming there. And judging by the way those are swarming around like that, those look like honeybees. They do not look like yellow jackets or anything. So there could be a honeybee nest somewhere in that rail car there in the rear, but I just find it funny that they're there every single year. So it looks like they got some stuff down here, which is probably related to the haunted walks that they have here around Halloween. It's like they got the makeshift graveyard there. And that old abandoned building that had the, I believe it's stone crushers in it. And then the original firehouse. On the right. They're known as Egypt Yard, this area was. Made a stop back there real quick to see if they made any improvements to that Eagle Scout project of the information board that was in the woods, showing you pictures of the cement factory when it was here, but they didn't. A tree came down and took that board out probably over a year ago. Nobody fixed it yet. It's a shame. Crossing over the Coplay Creek. Actually cross over that thing a couple times. And then we're coming up where this siding was that went in and unloaded coal here at one time. This is another nice trail to ride because the majority of it's paved. There are definitely people out on it today enjoying it. Definitely have to come up here sometime and put the drone up and fly these cement bins over here. Check them out. But Not a good day to do it today. It's too windy to put the drone up. So as I said in my other videos, I am going to be going back to a lot of these rail trails, areas that I already rode with the scooter. I am going to be going back and riding them again, this time on this thing. Also, we'll get down here in this small switcher locomotive that's down here, see if they made any progress on that at all since last year, restoring that. And it is gone. Wonder what happened to it. It is no longer there. They got rid of it. That's a shame. I was looking forward to seeing the progress on that, so I don't know what the story is behind that, but they got rid of it. There's one of the bridge abutments here for another section of it. Not quite sure what part. That probably is the part that went into the quarry or something, because there's a old abandoned quarry that we're coming up on, and you're probably going to hear gunshots, which is nothing to worry about because it's a gun club along here. Some of the old building remains that I covered in my other video. And then straight ahead is where the railroad would have continued on. The only thing that's left there is the steel girders of the bridge. So this is where we turned around last year and headed back. But I am going to go down here further and run this down to the very end. So from the looks of it, I'm guessing we're back on the railroad bed again. And I think we're coming up on the end of the trail. I'm not quite sure where the railroad ran, because it's hard to tell this time of the year with everything grown in. But it looks like we have something interesting up here. All right, we're going to stop and check this thing out because they do have a couple things here. But this is the end of the trail. I'm not quite sure. This is the North Whitehall trailhead of the Ironton Rail Trail. So we'll stop here and take a look at some of the information boards they have here. So here they have another board with the history of the railroad, the beginning of it, then the cement era and declining years, and the final chapter in 1990. And there's a picture of Conrail. So that's when they took it out in 1990. And then I also picked up one of these that they have here. This is like a information packet telling you about some of the stuff that they have over the summer, the spring, and the fall. But I definitely want to walk down here and check this out, because I think this switcher down here is the one that they moved from the other area down there and have it up here. So this whole area down here looks freshly dug up, and they got lights in here now. I'm almost certain that this is the switcher that they were restoring down there at the other trailhead that we looked at last year. And if that's the case, they did a fantastic job on this thing. That is really nice. See if I can get you a view inside the window there to see what the inside looks like. That looks pretty nice. That they restored everything. Looks like there's all new gauges in there. Looks like fresh paint too, so I'm almost certain this is the one that was down there. And since the one door to the engine compartment opened up here from the wind, we'll give you an insight there, and you can see what the engine looks like. And then next to it, they have one of these hand pump dollies or trucks, whatever you want to call them. That was a Eagle Scout project back in 2012. All right, so we're gonna get mounted back on the bike again and head back on the trail. Never know what you may find when you're out here on the trail. Apparently there's some police activity going on back there. One sheriff's unit in the parking lot, and I saw a bunch of cars in front of a residence there, so it doesn't look good. So we'll get out of the way here and head on back. So I made a stop at this information board, and the railroad didn't go much further past Mock Chunk Road, because this was apparently this is a fertilizer plant that was over there at one time. So this picture was taken one day before my birthday in 1974. And it was the very end of the line. And where it is today would have been right there. So the picture would have been taken from down there. But this was the crossing here, and this was the end of the line there, the last customer. So now it's a construction site that occupies the former site of the fertilizer company. And then here's just another aerial shot of all the cement companies that were along the line here. I'm not quite sure where we are in reference to this photograph. There's Quarry Street, and you can see the rail there. So I'm not quite sure where Muck Chunk Road would have been on this photograph because they don't have it labeled. All right, so we're off once again. So that's pretty neat that I found out some more information about the trail there. It's a shame I can't get a picture of it here. There is a huge log cabin house or clubhouse or something that's over here to my left. I'll have to wait till I get up here a little bit further and see if I can get a shot over the fence for you. There you go, zoomed in. I'm not quite sure if that's a lodge or what that is over there, but that is a huge log cabin over there. That is gorgeous though. Another shot of it pulled back a little bit more. That is just humongous. We are coming back up on Egypt Yard, and we got time, so I think I'm gonna try and explore some of these dirt trails that are along here. So that's the Whitehall Fire Department that has the haunted rides through here in October. This may get a little bumpy here for the camera, but I was only on portions of this area here, so I want to check it out a little bit more. There they got some of the attractions up already. So riding along the stone trails along here, this is some of the attractions that they have here where they come out and scare you. during the ride. But yeah, I find the name of this cabin a little funny, and I'm sure if a certain person watches this video, they'll find it funny too. You know who you are. Really have a lot of stuff set up here for Halloween. All kinds of stuff set up here. Where I was before was right over in there. I could look down and see that there was some kind of pit here, but yeah, this is one of the areas that they quarried out to get the stone out. It's pretty neat. They have a little dock here for you to walk on. Looks like the trail goes down here a little bit ways too. Not quite sure how far down you can get to, but pretty neat. Here's one of the other open areas where you can look out. Wonder if there's any good fish in here. Doesn't look that deep, although I wouldn't trust the mud though. There could be a lot of mud in the bottom of that thing. So I'm glad I went down that one trail. I never saw that. That was something new. Of course, I wasn't back this far the other times I was here. They really have a big setup here for Halloween. Haunted rides. All right, so far I got 10.5 miles on the bike, and I went through a quarter of the battery, but I was using the pedal assist a lot more here than what I normally would. But I'm still gonna have enough juice to complete my, my journey for today. All right, so we're turning around and we're gonna head back and we're gonna explore the other part of the trail that I wasn't on yet. So the actual rail bed would have continued straight on through there and met up where we turned coming down the hill there, because this is not part of the rail bed. So to the left is where we came down, and we are going to venture to the right now, because I believe this was part of the railroad. This was one of the spurs that went down to a yard, I think, along here. And I also got some information to share. Not sure if can't remember if it was a rumor or if it's actually set in stone as to construction project that's going to be coming up, that they're going to be starting on this trail. So somewhere down here, there is an abandoned building that's really tall. And I don't know if it was part of the railroad or not. Somewhere along here. I don't know exactly where, but I'd like to check that out yet today. That's one of the places where I want to put the drone up at. And then there's two tunnels here that I know of that I want to check out at some point, but that's not going to be today. I found the building, but I don't think I'm going to be venturing back to it today. Only because I don't know where the trail is to go back to it, but I found it. And this is, if you can see it there, that was part of the Thomas Iron Works, and I'll insert a picture here for you in case it doesn't come out. So that building is just about back through those trees there is where it's at. I can see the roof of it, but I don't know how to get back to it, so that's going to be for another day. And last year when I was here with Jay and the gang, this is where we turned around, because this was one of the bridges that went over here that went into the rail yard. So here is a point of interest. This old train trestle here, which I showed in my last two videos when I was here, but rumor has it that they are supposed to rehab this bridge and the bridge that goes across the Lehigh River, which you'll see a clip here of when I was here last year and we walked about halfway across it. But supposedly, at some point in time, they are going to be rehabbing these bridges here, and rumor has it that this trail here is going to connect and go on the other side of the river over there. So that'll be pretty neat if that happens. Don't know when it's supposed to start though. So we're coming up to where I believe there used to be a depot here. at one time. And that boxcar that we explored is off to the left. When I was here last year, we checked that boxcar out. And there are the famous sailor kilns. Back where we started. $15.3 miles we put on today. Well, there you go, 15.3 miles I put on today up here on the Ironton Rail Trail, and I can say now that I rode and explored pretty much all of it, including those little trails up there where they had all the Halloween things set up there and everything. So there's still a couple things here that I want to check out, like that building and those two tunnels here, but that's going to be for another time, maybe when I have somebody else along with me and everything. But great day to be out riding. This trail is truly neat up here. If you got a bike and you haven't been up here yet, get up here and ride this trail, because it is just a gorgeous ride. So if you did like the video, please give it the thumbs up. Also, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button down there. And you can also ring the bell and be notified when I upload new videos to YouTube. And again, thank you to all the subscribers here and on the other social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Until next time, it's have a ball and do it all. We'll see you soon.